Well, Happy New Year, happy campers. This is Bill DeWeese with Long Strange Journey, and today is Saturday, January 2nd, and we're off on a long, strange journey. We wanted to do some fishing and boating today. It's the last Saturday before the chaos of Monday and work. So I was going to do some fishing in Tampa Bay, but just stay local to the house, but that and Chazawiska and other areas, it's been a real blowout. We have winds sustained at 20 miles an hour for days, and the lee positions are probably all going to be quite crowded, and I don't really enjoy that. And secondly, I had the dog for a walk at the Dunedin Causeway yesterday, and the water just looked like some green tea concoction from a blender that you would pay $7 a glass for at Starbucks, and I just don't enjoy fishing in that. So I wanted to set out to do something different. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm heading north to Inverness, can check on something while I'm there, but I'm going into the Withlacooche River, and we're going to head west. That's the plan. We're going to head out towards down current and towards Yankeetown, and there's a secluded spring called Citrus Spring that's along the river there. That's just an excellent swimming hole. It's a beautiful spring. It has all the features that make a perfect swimming hole spring. So I brought along some snorkel gear. It's 77 this morning already on the rear view mirror, and supposed to get upwards about 80 today. So I've got the boat, and the boat's all loaded up and ready to go. And so we're going to skip the salt water. We're going to avoid that wind, and we're going to hit the river and carve it up and head to the spring. So we'll catch up with you on the water, and pretty soon here we'll be off like a herd of turtles.
Well, alrighty, so we're here at the ramp. This is Turner Camp Ramp, a pretty decent ramp, pretty good parking. One thing to keep in mind if you try to repeat this coming from here going downriver, it's a bit sketchy. There's areas between here and the spring which will have a lot of shallows, a lot of logs sticking out, a lot of carving you're going to have to do, respond quickly to other boaters, and a lot of shallow weeds. And then as you get further down, you will encounter some submerged rocks, hard limestone. So you have to be very careful and very skinny and head on a swivel the whole way. All right, so as we get started here, just a note on the river. This is the main Withlacooche River. There's also a little Withlacooche, and there's a Withlacooche River north in Florida. This is the main Withlacooche River that gets its start along with 4 other major Florida rivers in the Green Swamp area just on the backside of Dade City. And this heads north and west, traversing some of Florida's most beautiful farmland, country land, pasture land, grove land, and just beautiful water, and heads out through the chain of lakes and through Inverness, out to Dunellen, and out to the Gulf at Yankeetown. So we're on the lower Withlacooche here. It's faster, windier, and you'll notice it's a Blackwater River. The water is actually like a giant iced tea river. These cypress trees you see here that are silver with the rusty brown leaves, those leaves, the bark, the cypress knees, and the swamps that border the river produce a lot of tannin. So that tannin becomes, basically, if you dive into this river, flip upside down and look up at around 6 feet deep, you're in a 6 foot deep glass of iced tea. So it's very beautiful water. The springs are coming up out of the ground, so they haven't been sitting in the leaves yet. So Rainbow River and other rivers, you wouldn't see the spring, you wouldn't see the reddish toned water. It would be clear water, just tannin or not tannin, based upon how much time it has to steep with these leaves and with this bark. So we're here at the spring, and there are a few families here enjoying it today, and as you can see, the water level is pretty low. I'm not sure if you could see when I launched the boat, but there was a metered pole behind the launch there that showed that the water level of the river itself is pretty low, and the water level of the Spring is pretty low. We're in our drier season, tropical storm season over, and so things are a lot drier now. So this is actually perfectly normal. When I was here last time, we did have a lot more water level up to this concrete berm that separates the spring from the river back to where the boat is. And you can see that we have a nice, beautiful hole here in which to swim in. One thing worth jumping in here real quick is this is the first time I've ever visited a spring that had that suspended layer of silt, that milky silk you see there at the bottom. It wasn't there last time. I think you can definitely see there is flow from the spring, from the little sand boils around it where water is coming out, but there definitely is not a lot of magnitude of water coming out of the main spring, probably because of the low level. I did see a fish down there that was about a foot long catfish that kept popping his head up. Unfortunately, every time I tried to get him on video, it wouldn't work, and you can't see when you put the camera down inside of that silt cloud. So it's pretty cool. I have yet to ever see that, and it was kind of cool.
All right, this is a spring, and this is what makes this a perfect spring, is it's a big bowl, and it's got about a 25, 30-foot hole. That's a nice bowl that you saw, and then we've got all this nice high bank, and we have these beautiful trees, including a rope. That's what makes this awesome.
Well, alrighty then. We got a chance to spring into the new year and enjoy this great Florida summer day in January, and enjoy a journey to a spring that's a bit off the beaten path, and get a chance to ride the river for a bit and take a break from the high winds. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this and content like this, please do that subscribey, belly, likey thing on YouTube, so we get some feedback. And obviously leave your questions or feedback in the comments, and I'll try to get to them as quickly as I can. I hope you enjoyed this and coming along for the ride. And if you'd like to see more content like this, let me know. Thank you very much for watching.